Mind and Seek. Thank you so much for joining me again. What we'll do today is we'll go directly into the subject of neutrality and the rhythms of life. Neutrality is the base for all things. We are surrounded by neutrality, and in reality, there's nothing beyond this neutral state of existence. Also, there are natural sequence of events that take place in life, and although they feel like they're in our control, they are not. We also have to realize that life is full of reactions and actions, causes and effects. And this directly ties in with the neutralness of our environment. And generally, because we invest so much of our emotions within a certain situation, life seems a lot more dramatic and enhanced than it really is. For instance, you have a young child, the child knocks over a vase, the vase shatters, and you are upset. So our natural reaction would be annoyance, impatience, anger. Not all of us, but some of us, that might be our natural reaction. And God forbid, somebody that you may know might get into a serious accident and cause a lot of emotional trauma to you. Now what these are examples of all cause and effects. And like I said before, because we are so emotionally invested in these situations, we tend to complicate these situations instead of seeing them for their reality. And what we see around us, beauty, nature, our environment, may seem very overstimulated and chaotic, but however, when we take a step back, we quickly realize that this chaos stems from duality. Duality is when we see the workings of life in a separate manner from us. And when we attach labels such as this is black, this is white, this is good, this is bad, this is pretty, this is ugly, what that's doing is creating a world of duality, therefore abandoning oneness and neutralness. So now what we'll move on to is the second portion of this discussion, and it's actually one of my favorite all-time themes. So let me create an imaginary diagram of humanity for you. Now picture a totem pole. At the very top, we have consciousness, love, enlightenment, the creative force. And at the very bottom, we can place humanity on the dirt, on the ground. This position is not permanent or fixed, but because our humanity as a whole functions from a lower consciousness, we are only accessing the physical aspects of life. And because we are clingy, obsessed, attached to physical possessions, we are rooted to the ground, placing ourselves at the lower part of the totem pole, or spectrum, as I like to call it. Animals can be placed in the middle of the totem pole, and I will explain why. As we already know, animals do not have the same intellectual capacity as us humans. However, they do not belong at the very bottom of the totem pole because they are not living in a constant state of suffering. Animals use their brain capacity to do useful and practical things, such as take care of their offsprings, hunt for food, and look for shelter. They do not see the world disjointed and chaotic. Therefore, in a sense, they're living in a state of no mind. In contrast, our society is always in a hurry, always in a state of worry, and always in the pursuit of the material, never reaching a state of no mind, therefore not climbing the totem pole. What we have to learn is to tap into the state of minds of our animals. The Taoist central concept of living a simple life, going with the flow, appreciating the simple things around us, such as shelter, family, love. And although for most, this may seem so simple and limiting, however, this is not the truth. This way of living is actually very harmonious and peaceful for us, and it is our only natural state of existence. And with that said, I'll wrap up these topics, and I can't wait to get into some more interesting discussions with you again very soon.